So remember in my last video when I said, so I guess this is just one of those channels that keeps having to apologize for not putting out videos. Yeah, we're not going there again. To be honest, I've been pretty busy the last week, mainly with a couple of clients and one rather large project. Those projects have had pretty tight deadlines, so I've been trying to push those through, which is why I haven't had a chance to record a video. Basically, lull week seems to be coming to an end, which is great. In the meantime, I've been pondering this motivational piece. Like, I've talked about it a lot and I've commented before about that motivation is really quite hard when you work on your own. And so, like, this month has been a massive trial for that. I mean, I've had bad news for the business financially this month, there's not been a lot of work on, and it's really been quite taxing mentally for me. But I got motivated to push on, and I thought that it would be interesting to share kind of my top 5 on how I get motivated when I work on my own. So my first tip for getting your motivation on your business back is to tidy up. Tidy up your bedroom where you sleep, because ultimately that's where you rest and it needs to be good for you to rest in. Tidy up your workstation. Mine is usually a complete pile of rubbish, and so by tidying up you just feel mentally better and ready to go. It also takes some time out of what you're actually doing, which feels bad to start with, but in the long term puts you in a far better mental position. Tip number 2 and 3 are interlinked, but they are different. Tip number 2 is to go out for a walk. Walking is a great way of just moving around and being away from a desk if you get stuck at one of those like me. But it gives you time for your brain to adapt and think about problems that you're having and solutions that you could have. I just go to my local park and walk around pretty much in a circle, a big circle, so you don't look too weird. But I'm thinking about what I could be working on, the problems that I've got, and sometimes just switching off and letting your brain wander gives a great way to just bring a new solution to what your problem is. I think also when you can hit a problem and a solution, that starts to pick your motivation back up. Number 3 is to exercise, and the reason that 2 and 3 are different is because walking is not exercise. My definition of exercise is where you cannot think of anything else other than what you're doing at that particular time. For me, I do CrossFit. That means that I switch off for about an hour. I concentrate purely on what I'm doing, and it's a good mental switch off to just not be thinking about work. Because I think sometimes when we're trying to get motivation back into our business, then often we can just put too much pressure on ourselves. Tip number 4 is to go and practice your craft for yourself. I do something relatively creative for what I do, and I spend a lot of time trying to meet my client's vision, which is, what the business is designed for. But I think if you do something that's arty or creative, then you should get out there and practice it for yourself. It gives you a way to express yourself and just relax away from what clients want from you. And with this, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just do something, even if it's for 5 minutes, just to kind of break what you're doing within the business. Tip number 5 is actually a clashing point. It's both tune in and tune out, and this is quite difficult. I think you need to stay tuned in even if you're not working. So listen to podcasts, get on videos, something that's related to what you do, because by putting that information in, I think it just keeps your brain ticking and may lead to other interesting ideas. At the same time, I think it's important to tune out, to just give yourself time to go and do something different, go out drinking, have a meal, have fun, let loose, and that sort of stuff. Because ultimately you cannot be focused on the business 100% of the time. It's just not going to happen. Anyway, those are my kind of 5 top tips for getting your motivation back and getting started back into your business if you feel like you've been running a bit flat like I have recently. As usual, I hope this video has been interesting. If it has, give it a thumbs up. If you like the content I'm putting out about my business, consider subscribing to the channel. And as ever, thanks for watching.